two members of the Victorious Curse.
Thank you very much, Freak. It is also a good time to see what these guys have to say. We're happy to be joined by Xpecial and Dominate. Congratulations on the win of a very hot Dignitas streaking to look to go 4-0. Dominate, I'll start with you at this. What was, besides the win, the goal approaching this game with such a motivated Dignitas?
We just definitely needed a win to just regain some confidence. We came into the week thinking that we were really strong. We had a lot of good scrim results, which is what has been talked a lot about in the cast, and we just kind of felt like we were underperforming. So we just really wanted to at least get a win here in Super Week to prove that we are a contenders. We still can get to Worlds, and we're just a strong team, just like everyone else.
Yeah, and it seemed like you guys had a very difficult schedule coming into Super League as well. Every single one of your games was very close. How did that kind of weigh on your mindset coming into this game, knowing you had a chance of going 0-4 despite playing pretty well?
It's a really tough feeling. I mean, it's my first time on Curse, and I thought that I could, really make a difference for the team. And I feel that we've been playing really well, but it's always that last inch that we weren't able to push through. And it's always really depressing losing these really close games. And it was 3 in a row, and this could have been the 4th one. And we were definitely feeling not so well. But after this, we're feeling a bit better for sure.
And it seemed like you guys kind of changed your strategy a little bit. The Renekton and Soraka top lane, you guys had a very unconventional opening. Do you want to talk to me about the advantages that granted you?
Well, we figured, okay, so, Lucian can just 1v1 against the Mundo, do well, and then Soraka has heals, so might as well just put him with the Renekton, just do a sort of just 2v2, just have Renekton be able to farm up. Mundo gets denied a little bit more, so we just went a little bit, and we just kind of wanted to push our advantages as much as possible. And since we couldn't have the Renekton against Mundo, that was the alternative.
Right on. Dominate, going into shot calling a little bit. You are a really prominent voice on the team. With Xpecial coming in with a few of the changes, are there a few more voices giving help to those calls in the mid game and the late game?
Yeah, I definitely think that this season it's more kind of like a democracy. Everyone will just kind of say things, and we'll just, as a team, decide on what the best option is. So I think it takes a lot of pressure off me and Void to just make decisive calls, since naturally we're not super decisive people. So kind of in the last split, we would have times where we would make a call just because we felt like a call needed to be made. But now it feels like we're finding the better calls because we have more voices on the team, and our calls are generally speaking more intelligent.
Right on. Xpecial, you yourself have quite a few plays on different champions this week. We saw the Annie and now the Soraka. What's the deal? Spreading out the champion pool, or are you helping Curse to bring out something new?
Honestly, for me, I just try to play whatever is strong and whatever the team needs. We've been finding a lot of success with Thresh and Annie, but it hasn't really been showing in the Super Week. And we figured, hey, we got the first pick LeBlanc. They're likely going to pick Soraka if we don't. Let's deny them the pick. And, I can play Soraka fairly well, and it's just, we felt that it was a good chance to deny picks, and we practiced a little bit with Soraka, so we figured, let's just do it. Let's just get a win Super Week.
And it's been such a crazy Super Week as well, because coming into this, you guys 0-3, Dignitas 3-0, and looking fantastic after that Cloud9 win. How did you look to attack them just overall in this game? Because it was a fairly decisive victory for you guys, 14 kills to 5. Dominate.
I think we wanted just more aggressive picks. For example, in the LMQ game, we had a strategy that was really late game focused, so we couldn't really go for many early game plays. They always had a Lee Sin against our Eve early, which just provides more early pressure. So we weren't really able to make the plays that we normally make to win games, and the plays that we've kind of been making in scrims. So we wanted to have a more aggressive team comp, more playmaking potential, so that if we did get leads, we could act on it and make decisive plays.
Well, decisive plays indeed. Let's bring up the 30-minute Baron, as that's a perfect time to do it. Walk us through this one, Xpecial. What was the idea going into this? Obviously, you had to be pressuring.
I think we killed Twitch quite recently, and he just respawned. We figured, okay, we need to do something. Their team comp is actually really strong for late game, and we needed to make something happen. This was actually kind of risky on our part, and we decided to just go for it. Twitch was not going to be there, and we go for the fight. Void gets a really nice pick on the Zyra, and we're in the pit. We're trying as best as we can to maybe get the Baron and not get it stolen. Hopefully, Nilly Spirit doesn't take it, and we just get it. We get a really good call from Dominate to just burst it down, and we did really well. And then we just finish off targets, and from there on, none of us died, and I used the Reverie to just run away. But the big thing was we got the Baron, we got some kills, and we felt like for the first time that we were actually significantly ahead.
And as you said, Xpecial, that's actually a pretty risky call. And Dominant, I want you to walk me through the Smite war there, because it's something that everyone always talks about. I think your Smites have been fairly reliable, but you're against an Elise who could potentially execute it with that. How do you set your mind and tell your team to help you secure that Baron?
it's really just like a burst call. Like you call like a number, it's like roughly like, all right, when it gets to 2,000 health, we want to burst. And it doesn't really matter if the smite's the finisher there. It just matters that all your damage is like synchronized. And in that situation, our damage was synchronized, and Voy ended up getting the Baron. But it's mainly just a game where you try to get a burst advantage over the other team because they're not expecting that much damage to come out in such a short amount of time.
And looking back at the losses, something that happened this week for Curse, what do you guys kind of attribute to those? Was it shot calling? Was it just a few plays that you guys were thought going to go a different way? Special?
It's frustrating when you look back at our games. Each game, there was a little bit something that went wrong. In the first game, for example, our level 1 went completely wrong. We used so many flashes. We got first blooded, and that was just due to just a single ward that was placed a little bit too early. And then, second game, we just against CSM, we just gave away our lead after trying to fight after a dragon, and it's just little things each game we're just trying to fix, and a lot of it is just down to land jitters. And these guys, we've been playing for a long time, but it's the first time we're actually playing together, and we're just not quite synced completely as a team, and it's really showing. And hopefully, by the time this split ends, we can just show that how strong we are.
All right, hopefully taking down Dig does a little bit of that for you.
Yeah, and X Special, final question also, being the new member on TSM, how are you finding your synergy with Cop? It's been on TSM for too long. I keep looking at your face and see TSM, but your Curse, how's it been with Cop so far?
It's the whole move into Curse has been really nice. All the guys on Curse, they're always just really talkative. They always just try to help each other improve. And I think it's a really nice atmosphere. And I'm liking it here. Cop is a really solid AD, and I'm trying to help him push him to be a little bit more aggressive. People always call him out for being, not so passive, and then there's the whole passive aggressive thing. I was trying to avoid that, but yeah, I'm helping Cop be a bit more aggressive, and hopefully, as the split goes on, you just do better and better.
All right.
Well, that's the goal. You guys have already started it here. Hopefully that road continues. Congratulations on the win over Dig. All right, everyone, we got to take another break, but don't go anywhere. The North American LCS continues with a showdown between Counter Logic Gaming and the boys in blue, Cloud9. We'll be right back.